Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bedtime with Tomi. This evening we will be reading chapter 22, Clara's point of view from Dancing with the Royal. You have a clean bill of health, other than the need to replace your waterlogged casts. Let's try to keep this one dry, Dr. Evans said, winking. The good news is that your foot appears to be healing nicely. That's a relief. Thank you so much. I appreciate you making your house call. I'm sorry to be one of those troublesome patients. Nonsense. It's a pleasure to be taking tea here at the palace when I'm able to. The company of Princess Charlotte and King Reginald is always excellent. How's Jenna doing? Dr. Evans' smile widened. She's doing well. I've never seen her so motivated. She very much enjoyed working with you to learn the Cupid variation. Last night, I caught her trying to learn the Aurora variation from the internet. It sounds like something I would do when I was her age. The Aurora variation can be tricky. There are so many little nuances that don't always translate well from video. Clara adjusted her position, so she sat taller on the bed. We can do another one-on-one class together if she'd like. Only if you're certain you have time. Jenna knows you're on vacation. I do, Clara affirmed. She's a joy to work with. Then in that case, I'll pass the message along. I'm positive she'll say yes. Dr. Evans closed his black leather doctor's bag. Do you have anything else you'd care to discuss or have me look over? No. Having some time off and just doing some light stretching has taken away most of my aches and pains. My body was more broken down than I think I'd realize or care to admit. I'm glad to hear that. I'm only on a call away if you need me. Dr. Evans stood. Once I open the door, your entourage is going to see you. Are you up for having any visitors, or would you prefer to rest? Clara's brow furrowed. That depends on who it is. Well, the tumble into the pond wasn't David's fault. She was irritated he'd brushed off her initial concerns about the canoe. At last check, Leeds was lingering in the hallway. Princess Charlotte is working out of her office, but asked me to pass out on that she'd like to have a few minutes of time to chat with you. The king asked me to see him on the way out. I suspect he'll also ask for an update on how you're faring. Her head spun. She had half the royal family concerned about her well-being. How was this her life right now? I'll wait on David and Eddie until later. However, I'm happy to see Princess Charlotte. As you wish, Miss Little. Dr. Evans opened the door and quickly closed it behind him. She could hear David's disappointed voice speak to the doctor, and expressing a desire to see her. 10 minutes later, the Princess Royal entered the room. It seemed like the men of the family are forever making mistakes. My son should have known better than to trust that rickety old canoe on the pond. I'm just as peeved with him as you must be. I am frustrated with him. He didn't listen to any of my concerns. He brushed them off. I know it's petty of me to not want to see him right now, but I feel like he deserves it. Although it's also satisfying knowing that he is worried about me. It shows me he cares a lot. Just so, I'll see to it that David gives you space for the remainder of the day. Thank you. Do you think you'll be able to manage his company for the ballet tomorrow evening? Yes, there isn't anything that will keep me from it. I just need some time to cool down. Wonderful. This room is yours for as long as you'd like. You may even spend the night if you wish. Clara thanked her. Before I take my leave, I just have one other question to ask you. Princess Charlotte touched her arm. Shall I collect you for shopping in the morning or the afternoon? Her brain couldn't compute what the princess was asking. Shopping? For the gown for the ballet, she said patiently. Clara rubbed her eyes. I didn't realize I needed a gown. My dear, you'll be sitting in the royal box with my very own single son. Every eye in the theater will be on you. Her eyes sparkled with mirth. I won't send you out in public without making sure you're prepared. And if I said that I didn't need a dress, I'd counter by gently reminding you that I don't have any daughters of my own. I've been deprived of the opportunity to shop for a dress for another female. Clara was too tired to argue with the Princess Royal. No matter what I say, you'll find a way of talking me into shopping, won't you? Yes, I will, Princess Charlotte chuckled. I can be quite persuasive. The morning would be ideal. Brilliant. Later that night, David. I promised Mom I'd leave you be, but I just wanted to check and make sure you were back in the hotel safely. Clara snapped a picture of herself snuggled up on the sofa in the living room with her ballerina teddy bear. Clara, safe and sound. David, thumbs up emoji. 3 dots blinked. David was typing. David, I'm sorry again. Clara, apology accepted. David, can I see you tomorrow? Clara, you'd better believe it. I fully intend to maximize every moment I can with you until I have to go home. David, heart emoji. Clara stared at her screen. Just what did David mean by sending her a heart? Was it that he was happy that they'd meet up? That she wanted to see him tomorrow? Or was it something more? We almost kissed today. He was so close to me. Those full lips, that sculpted jaw, those crystal clear blue eyes. Does he feel the same way I do? She left the conversation alone for the night. She'd get her answer tomorrow. Beginning at 10 the next morning, Clara and Princess Charlotte were taken to some of the top designer shops in Sloane Square. Dior, Hermes, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, all the famous Paris design houses had a shop in the area. However, no dresses seemed to suit Clara's build or personality just right. Your Highness, could we perhaps detour to one of the local London designers? I've always had good luck in small boutiques. You wish to wear an unknown British designer? Yes, she answered carefully. Well then, I know just the area. Abigail, my assistant, is always raving about some of the shops off Portobello Road near the market. Let me see if she can recommend someone to me. Around 1 that afternoon, Clara and Princess Charlotte entered the Clara Little atelier. A petite Asian woman and a tall blonde greeted them with bows. The Asian woman spoke first. Your Royal Highness, it is an honor to have you in my humble shop. I'm Clarissa, and this is my assistant, Sonia. Greetings exchanged, Princess Charlotte and Clara seated themselves on the 2 light pink sofas in the center of the room. Between them was a glass coffee table containing an afternoon tea service with a large assortment of sandwiches and confectionaries still warm from the oven. The Princess Royal poured herself a cup of tea and selected a cucumber sandwich to enjoy. She nonchalantly crossed her ankles and drank her tea. Now then, Clara will be attending the ballet this evening and requires a suitable gown. My son will be wearing black tie attire. The designer's eyes drove Clara's body. Are you opposed to any particular styles or cuts, she asked. Do you have any specific requests you'd like us to accommodate? Clara hesitated. If it's not too much trouble, can you give me curves? Clarissa smirked. If there's one task I'm suited to, it's dressing a petite body. I can absolutely give you curves. She rubbed her hands together and called to her assistant. I think we should pull the purple, the aqua, and the pale yellow dresses. Clara grinned. The designer is my fairy godmother. I know it. Whatever she puts on me is going to look amazing. Sonia cleared her throat. Let's try on the purple first, please. If you'll follow me, I'll show you to the fitting rooms. Then we can discuss any alterations with Clarissa. Clarissa came to a halt, her face colored. Please forgive me, Princess Charlotte. I should have consulted you first. Princess Charlotte enjoying her tea, blinked slowly and waved off. I'm just a fly on the wall. Do whatever you need to do, my dear. In the dressing room, Clara instantly fell in love with the beautiful floor-length purple one-shoulder gown with an open back. A handful of individually made lace butterflies on the bottom of the skirt made her glow. This is one of the most beautiful dresses I've ever put on. Wait until David sees me. I don't look like a child in this. I look like a woman. So that was the end of chapter 23, and actually another one of my favorite scenes in the book. Clarissa and Sonia, if you don't already know, are the main characters of my book Designing for Royal, which is book 3 in the series after Amanda's story. And at first I was going to write separate books for both Clarissa and Sonia, but I decided that it was Clarissa who was talking more to me than Sonia, internally at least. Sonia may still get a book in the future, but for now, Clarissa is the only one that has a full-length story. We do visit them approximately 5 years in the future when we get to Designs on Love, which is Minerva Hanna's story, which I'll talk about in a future video. But for now, this is where all these characters are getting their start, and you'll see every book that I write is tied back to this one, or all of the characters are interconnected. They all exist in the same universe, but you know, every book is a standalone. So if you're ever curious, you will see Clara, David, Clarissa, Sonia, Amanda, Eddie, all these different characters in almost all of my books, except for the Skaters of Sequoia Valley series and the Royals of Isola Nostrum. There are a few crossovers, but those books are more their own little world. Especially the Skaters of Sequoia Valley, they're set in their own small town. So again, I'll get to those when we get to the read along for those. But for now, if you enjoyed Dancing with the Royal, feel free to pick up your copy as always, or purchase the paperback or hardback, or read ahead, or just wait for the next video. So I'll see you next time. Have a great night.